Welcome to this video dedicated to the GRISHAVERSE series. So a lot of you may be familiar with Shadow and Bone now, especially because the Netflix TV show came out in April. So it's obviously been getting a lot more attention and a lot of new people are starting to read them, which is why I wanted to help you guys out and, give you the order that you should read it in or my opinions, because there are different ways of doing it. A lot of people read them in different orders, but you'll see what I mean once I get to that. The GRISHAVERSE series is written by Leigh Bardugo. It currently has 7 books in total. However, an 8th book is rumored at the moment. It isn't confirmed, but most likely there will be one just because of the way the 7th book ended. I don't think she's ready to say goodbye to this series yet. Reading this is definitely a time-consuming project. It's a commitment. Not only are there 7 books, but each book is pretty long. Maybe not the first 3, but Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, and Nikolai's duology are pretty big. So if you're not ready to do this, maybe don't. Although obviously you can take breaks, you can read it at your own pace. I'm just the type of person who prefers to finish a series before jumping into another thing, because I know that if I stop reading it, I'm never gonna get back into it. So her first book was obviously Shadow and Bone. This was published in 2012, so quite a while ago. This trilogy is followed by Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising. So these 3 books follow Alina's story. She is the main character. It is written in the first person. It is not a multiple point of view like her other books are. This is only focused on Alina. All of these books are in the same world. The next books she wrote were Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, which are a duology together. Next, we have King of Scars and Rule of Wolves, which just came out like 2 months ago, I think. The Six of Crows duology focuses on the crows. And then in Nikolai's duology, obviously it focuses on Nikolai, Zoya, and Nina, and a couple of other smaller characters. Their chapters aren't really as important or big. You will find connections between the books. There will be characters that come and go. How should you read this? Obviously, you can just read it in order of publication. In my opinion, that's the way you should do it, just because when you're reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy, that is when you are introduced to the world for the first time. Everything is described more in depth. You understand what a Grisha is, you understand what place Ravka is, the rules, the concepts, you just really dive into the world. However, a lot of people have started with the Six of Crows series and then they went to Shadow and Bone. It's possible. There are just certain things that you might not notice when reading them. First of all, you're not gonna really know what a Grisha is. You'll eventually catch on, but you might not be completely clear to it. There are, there are mentions of Alina, and then there are some characters that eventually kind of show up that were in the original trilogy. I've known people who have done it. I've read comments of people who have done it and they said it was fine. I just personally strongly recommend just starting with the trilogy, the original trilogy, which is Shadow and Bone. Just reading it in publication order, because it's just gonna flow so much better for you. If you don't feel like even reading the 3 Shadow and Bone books and you just want to focus on the crows because, I don't know, they were your favorite part of the series, it is possible to read these 2 without the original trilogy, but I don't recommend it. If you just want to read these 2 and nothing else, totally fine, go for it. However, there is no way, not a one way, that you can read Nikolai's duology without reading these 5 books. Whether you read the Shadow and Bone trilogy first, or whether you read the Six of Crows duology first, you need to read these to read those 2. It's impossible to read them without it. Just to summarize what I just said, in my opinion, I would recommend reading Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, Ruin and Rising, followed by Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And finally, King of Scars, followed by Rule of Wolves. However, many people read it this way: Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, original trilogy, followed by Nikolai's books. I hope this video was helpful in making you decide how to read the GRISHAVERSE series. Let me know if you liked the books, if you enjoyed it, or just let me know what order you picked because I'm curious to know. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. You can also check out my Instagram and TikTok account, which I have linked below. See you next time.